The library incident. The pepper spray seared Abigail Turner's face like 1,000 needles, shattering the quiet hum of the Springfield Public Library. Her laptop crashed to the floor, its screen fracturing across her half-finished history project on civil rights pioneers. At 17, Abigail couldn't hear the gasps of onlookers or the shouts of the officers, but the vibrations of chaos pulsed through her. She was deaf, and her world was unraveling. Minutes earlier, Abigail had been immersed in her work at her usual corner desk, chosen for its clear view of approaching footsteps. Officers Thomas Reed and Nathan Cole approached her desk, responding to a complaint about a teenager hogging a computer during peak hours. Reed, a grizzled veteran with 10 years on the force, spoke first. "Miss, you need to pack up and move along." His voice was firm, honed by years of commanding compliance. Abigail, oblivious, kept typing, her fingers dancing over a paragraph about disability rights intersecting with racial justice. The irony would soon sting. Cole, younger and quick-tempered, stepped closer. "Hey, I'm talking to you." His hand hovered near his belt, a reflex from 3 years of escalating encounters. Abigail's focus didn't waver. She was reading about a deaf activist's triumphs, dreaming of her college applications. Reed muttered, "She's ignoring us. Probably high or just another entitled kid." In their world, defiance demanded control. When Cole grabbed Abigail's shoulder, "Stop that nonsense!" Cole snapped, seizing her wrist. Abigail's panic surged. She yanked back, not to fight but to free herself, her eyes darting for help. Mrs. Larson, the elderly librarian, watched with concern but hesitated, cowed by the officer's authority. Patrons stared, torn between curiosity and unease. "Please," Abigail pleaded, gesturing to her laptop's research. "I'm just doing homework." Reed saw her movement as resistance, his biases shaped by years in a mostly white suburb filling in the gaps. "Enough," he growled, reaching for his cuffs. "You're coming with us." Abigail's fear spiked. Her parents had taught her how to handle police, but those rules assumed she could hear commands. When Cole yanked her arm, her instinct was to pull away, not defiance, but survival. "She's fighting us," Cole shouted, loud enough for the library to hear. Suspects resisting arrest. The situation spiraled. Abigail was dragged from her desk, her laptop and books scattering. She signed frantically, "I'm deaf, please," but her distress only fueled the officer's assumptions of violence. Mrs. Larson finally spoke up. "Officers, she's just a student." But Reed and Cole were locked in, seeing a non-compliant suspect. As they hauled Abigail toward the exit, her terror peaked. She twisted, not to flee but to explain, her hands signing help and deaf. Reed misread it as a strike. "Watch it," he barked, gripping her tighter. On the library steps, Cole drew his pepper spray. "She's reaching for something," he yelled, though Abigail's hands held only desperate signs. The spray hit her face, burning her eyes and throat. She collapsed, hands clawing at her face, unable to scream or sign through the agony. The library erupted. Patrons shouted, some filming, others pulling children away. Mrs. Larson called for help, her voice trembling. Reed, adrenaline pumping, felt vindicated. "That's what happens when you don't comply," he muttered. Cole, though, felt a flicker of doubt. This didn't look like a criminal, just a terrified girl. As medics arrived, Reed's pride swelled. He snapped a selfie with Cole over Abigail's writhing form, posting it online with a caption, "Keeping Springfield safe. Taking down library troublemakers. Back the blue." The post went viral, but not as Reed hoped. By 5 p.m., Clara Bennett, Abigail's sign language interpreter, arrived, clutching diplomatic papers. Abigail wasn't just any teen. She was the daughter of Ambassador William Hayes, U.S. Representative to the UN. The Hayes family lived in Springfield to give Abigail a normal life, using her mother's maiden name, Carter, to shield her from diplomatic scrutiny. Clara made call to the ambassador's office, the embassy, and the State Department. The truth unraveled fast. Embassy cameras, tracking Abigail for security, had filmed her peaceful library session and the officer's aggression. The library's footage corroborated it, showing her clear attempts to communicate her deafness. By 7 p.m., the videos spread online, sparking outrage. Justice for Abigail trended as activists shared the clips, exposing the brutal misunderstanding. The image of a deaf black teen pepper-sprayed for studying became a lightning rod for debates on police brutality, racism, and disability rights. That evening, the Springfield Community Center hosted a UN Cultural Gala. meant to celebrate global unity. Ambassador Hayes was to speak, but news of Abigail's assault changed everything. At 9:45 p.m., the gala screens played the library footage. Diplomats gasped, some demanding answers, others calling their governments. Ambassador Claire Moreau of France condemned the attack on human dignity. Ambassador Li Wei of China questioned America's commitment to justice. The gala, meant for harmony, became a diplomatic crisis. By 10:30 p.m., federal agents arrested Reed and Cole for violating Abigail's civil rights, a felony carrying severe penalties. Reed's selfie was now evidence in a hate crime case. Both pleaded guilty, receiving 7-year sentences, and were ordered to pay Abigail's medical costs. The fallout didn't stop there. Springfield's police faced a reckoning. New training in sign language and disability awareness became mandatory. The Homeowners Association, which hosted the gala, faced scrutiny for backing aggressive policing. Its president, Susan Grant, resigned amid community backlash. The town transformed. Mrs. Larson led forums to confront biases, turning the library into a hub of reconciliation. Abigail's desk became a memorial to equal access, marked by a plaque, "For Abigail Turner and all who seek knowledge against the odds." Property values dipped as Springfield grappled with its tarnished image, but residents rallied. The Abigail Turner Sign Language Institute opened, funded by the HOA and the State Department, offering free classes and accessibility resources. Abigail recovered, finishing her project with top marks and earning a scholarship. Her trauma fueled her advocacy. She testified before Congress, inspiring Abigail's law, mandating disability training for police nationwide. She published a book on disability and civil rights, required reading for law enforcement students. Years later, as a federal judge, she returned to Springfield's renovated library to speak. 10 years ago, I was pepper sprayed for studying, she said. Today, I'm proof our system can work when we demand justice for all. The officers who replaced Reed and Cole, trained in de-escalation, sat in the audience, a testament to change. Mrs. Larson, now retired, teared up, proud of the girl she'd tried to protect. Abigail's voice, once silenced, had reshaped a nation. The pepper spray that burned her eyes had lit a path to a more just society. What do you think about Abigail's story? Share your thoughts in the comments. How do you view the issues of police violence and systemic injustice? Take a stand, voice your perspective, and let's spark a conversation.